Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 8th to the 14th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because YouTube really appreciates that, and so do I. So, thank you so very much. Now, if you are interested in a private reading, I have a sale going on. It's an end of summer sale, so check that out while it lasts. And you can go to my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, or follow the instructions and book a reading through PayPal, whichever is easier for you. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have the Two of Cups reversed. So there's something we need to heal from. The Four of Wands, the King of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Three of Swords reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Three of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Swords reversed, the King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, angels and spirit guides, the Three of Wands, and the Moon. Now, let me make sure you can see everything. I'll straighten everything out in just a minute. Okay, so let's just straighten it out here. All right, what's really interesting is that you have a lot of gifts coming your way. You have the Ace of Swords, you're taking it with the King of Swords, but you don't know you're taking this gift. You have the Ace of Cups and you have the King of Cups. So a lot of gifts coming forward, and really embracing them. You also have the Page of Swords here, taking the gift of the Ace of Swords, which again, we are a bit ignorant of, which is not a bad thing. I know ignorant can be a mean word, but it's not here. It's like we don't know the blessings and gifts that we have right now coming forward to us. We're looking at things very differently. We're focusing on this and on that, and we're not seeing the power of our voice, the power of our mind, the power of our creativity, of how we're moving things together, how we're moving things together, how we're morphing and transforming, and it's really quite beautiful. So let me just check again. Okay, that is better. Pull these up. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So we're crowned here with the Two of Cups reverse. The Two of Cups is the Minor Arcana Lovers card, or at least my Minor Arcana Lovers card, and it is healing, it is love, it is connection, and it is right here, right now. It's being a bit resistant to this energy. So being aware of this is going to be a super important thing. That there's a healing energy coming forward for us here, Sagittarius, and we're like, no, I don't think so, because it's going to be a little bit painful. It's going to be overwhelming. We have the Ace of Cups coming in. We have the King of Cups coming in, meaning that we are leading by example of our hearts. We are also going to be very attracted to people who lead by the example of their heart and their passion and what they love. And that's just going to be so beautiful for us. But there is something here that once we look at it and we say, well, it's time to heal from that, right? It's time to let that go. It's time to not have that be such a big part of my story. Once we have that and we release it, it's like all of a sudden we're unstoppable. Which you might be thinking, well, I want to be unstoppable now, so why don't I just like let it go now? It's not how it works. Like spirit works with us, and it takes time for us to heal. It takes time for us to connect. It takes time for us to see the different avenues that we need to walk, or the different, pathways that we have, and the different things that we love. And so here, it's the sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspect of ourselves needing to come together, needing to come into balance. Think of the temperance card. We're pouring the cups into each other, right? It is that balance that we need. So we can also just be a little bit out of balance with ourselves, a little bit scattered all over the place, which is not surprising for this time frame. Everybody is a little bit all over the place, a little bit intense. I mean, we're coming out of a Mercury retrograde. We're in the post shadow period, which means that it's not as intense as a Mercury retrograde, right? But my goodness, it's not the smooth, even sailing that we would like. So just being aware of that is going to be important. With the Four of Wands, it's celebration, it's new opportunities, it's things moving forward. It can be new commitments, it can be meeting somebody, it can be moving house, it can be a new job. It is really, sitting within ourselves and being like, yes, I'm celebrating this. This is so exciting, with the King of Cups. Now, if this is a romantic relationship and we're not in a romantic relationship, this is going to be somebody who is very emotionally expressive, okay? And it doesn't mean that they have to be emotionally expressive in the way that we are emotionally expressive. It can be that they always make sure we have gas in our car, type of thing, and the tire pressure is good. It is the way they express themselves emotionally. It can be that they, make the lunch and put a little note in there. Again, it's how they express themselves. We may not do that. We might think, oh, that's so silly. It's the way they express themselves that is going to be so important. It doesn't matter, male, female, however they identify. With the King of Cups coming in, that's going to be the real sense of the connection of love, and the expression of love is so important. With us, it is also going to be important as well. How do we express what we love? Do we say I love you all the time? I'm one of those people who say I love you all the time. Some people think it's a bit excessive. My mom will say to me, she's like, enough. Like, I get it. Fine. It's funny. So here with the King of Cups, it is embracing our love, and it's embracing our passion, and it's moving things forward. And with the Page of Swords, it's needing to connect with our inner child self when it comes to our mind, when it comes to our words, our stories, the things that we told ourselves, the passions that we had, and the passions that we still have. Because, we might be different than the child we once were, but we're not that far from the kiddo we once were. And so here, with the Page of Swords, it is embracing our voice. It is embracing our imagination. It's looking at the stories that we loved, the books that we loved, the movies that we loved, the video games that we loved, the puzzles that we loved, the things that involved the mind. And it's seeing how we can pull them forward into our present. We are releasing a lot of heartbreak and pain and disappointment and just like despair, certain things that had just broken our hearts, and we thought, how am I ever, sorry, I'm going to cry, like, how am I ever going to recover from this? How is it ever, it's never going to be the same. And so here with the Three of Swords, it is embracing a healing, it is embracing our love, it is calming things down, it is seeing ourselves, and it's taking care of the wounds, because we are kind of violently rejecting our past pain, which can lead us with open wounds that we're like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I don't know how to deal with this. And that's going to be where the healing needs to come in. And we can be like, no, 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 just keep on running. Just keep on running. Don't worry. That won't cause any damage. And we could be like, okay, just keep on running. But we need to connect. We need to slow things down. We need to see ourselves. With the Two of Wands reversed, certain doors are closing, and that's okay. Are we going to be bummed about it? Yeah, we are. Are we going to be frustrated? Yeah, we are. It's like, oh, but I wanted to do this, or it had to be like that, or what about this? And it's going to be like, no, that's not for me. And that's going to be a very important thing to see, and a very important thing to say. Like, no, it's not for me. And that's okay. So looking at ourselves right here, right now, and releasing things that just don't work. And it's stopping trying to make them work. It's stopping trying to say, oh, but what about this and what about that? It's letting it go. And as we let it go, we start to work with others, we start to connect, we start to communicate, we start to see doors opening. And with the Nine of Pentacles reverse, it's going to be very easy during this time, as it is for everybody, to be stuck in the past or to be in the future. But it's going to be difficult to be in the right here, right now. And that's going to be why communication can kind of be all over the place, because everybody's like, oh, I had this conversation already. But it's like, yeah, but not with me and not about this. It's like, what the heck? You can't decide you already know the answer when you haven't let me speak. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be super important. And it's like, no, we need to talk about this. You don't already know the answer. Let's sit down. Let's have a communication. That's going to be an important thing. So with the Nine of Pentacles, knowing that we'll have a tendency ourselves to be like, oh yeah, I already had this communication, right? This already happened, but it was from the past. It was what we thought of for the future, but it wasn't right here, right now. If we can be present, if we can be in our right here, right now, and not escape, and just stand in our present and calmly embrace it, we'll be on fire. We will be superheroes during this time. With the Ace of Swords, it's a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, opening up our mind, our voice, our desires. I mean, we have the King of Swords here. We have the Page of Swords here. We're taking these gifts. The King of Swords is like, I know my worth and I know my power. The Page of Swords is learning, right? He's fumbling the sword, dropping things, cutting himself, being like, frustrated. Like, how do I get this right? But the Page of Swords has been there and learned the hard lessons and been through the hardships and the boo-boos, right? And the ouchies and the things not being right. And it is seeing our voice in ourselves. And it is starting to see that the infinitum is within our own mind. What we are thinking is what we are creating, whether we are aware of it or whether we are not. And it is scary and it is beautiful. So we can be so afraid of XYZ that we can be creating it. And yet it's the exact antithesis of what we want. And so it moves us to the Ace of Cups. It moves us to healing. It moves us to connecting with our heart. It moves us to the Three of Wands, with new doorways open up, new pathways opening up, new ideas opening up. It has us seeing the moon, which is our fear and our doubt and the shadows of it all. Because no matter how well lit a full moon night is, it still has shadows. It can still be super spooky, right? Have a little kid go outside during the full moon and they're not like, oh, I'm not afraid of all. They're like, wow, what are all these shadows here? This is super scary. But they want to be a little bit brave because they can see a little bit. And that is how our inner self is, especially with our dreams and our voice and our desires and our deeper insight. We want to be super brave, but we're still just a little bit scared. So being aware of that during this time. This is also Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. Being aware that we need to embrace our voice, that we need to give voice to our fears so that it just doesn't grow and grow and grow and become overwhelming. That is going to be important and that is going to be powerful. Okay, so of course we just dove right into the reading, which seems to be my MO right now. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. And if you would like to be entered to win a free reading, then put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. Well, not at random, will be announced on Sundays. Bear with me, I'm getting there. So keep your eyes open for it and hit that bell notification because YouTube really, really likes that. And you'll be notified when the winner is announced. So this is the dove. It's reversed. It says, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. And because we are resisting the healing, it's like, no. I'm not going to feel and allow this deeper healing to come in, this deeper sense of peace. There's so much that I'm fighting for. There's so much that I'm working towards. There's so much that's demanding my attention. I can't be, kind of bamboozled by the, like, I want to say blah blah of it all, by the like inconsequential, hippy dippy, love yourself, calm things down type of nonsense. And yet Spirit is saying it's not nonsense. It is your life. It is you. It is your energy. It is your soul. It is yourself. Embracing it and loving it is so important. Embracing you and loving you, Sagittarius, is so important. You're ruled by Jupiter. Whatever you're feeding yourself, right? Whatever energy you feed yourself is amplified and magnified and exemplified within the world. It's just like radiated out into your universe. And it's so powerful. It's so beautiful, yet it's also a little bit intense. So be aware of that. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels, and spirit guides. This is grounding. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. This is rooting yourself well. This is feeding yourself with the proper energy. This is getting outside, and this is respecting you. That is going to be so important. Making sure that your roots run deep, that you're taking care of your body, your soul, and your spirit, and you're moving you forward in a loving, caring, compassionate way. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels. This is the King of Cups. So what's very interesting here is that Spirit said we're going to be very drawn to the energy of love and healing and compassion and just very emotional people, like people who really show their emotions. That's going to be really powerful for us. We're also going to be really drawn to the imaginative, to the creative, to really smart people as well. We need to be mindful of the negative connotation to emotional people. Like that's going to be an important thing here, where we can see somebody who wears their emotions on their sleeve and we're thinking, oh my gosh, they're so expressive, they're so emotive, their emotions are here. We're not realizing, my gosh, they have as much control over their emotions as a 5-year-old, right? I don't want to deal with a 5-year-old's tantrums. I don't want to deal with that energy unless they're 5 years old or around that ballpark. That's not acceptable. So be mindful about this, because this is going to be somebody who has a lot of power, right? Who thinks very highly of themselves, who can be very cruel with their words. Their bark is quite intense and words hurt, okay? And they don't have the emotional regulation that they need. So just be mindful of that. That can be us too if we don't take care of ourselves and we don't rest and we don't, we don't nurture ourselves properly as well. So just be mindful about that. That's why we need to embrace the healing that we're like, no. Our subconscious spirit message is the bluebird reverse. You are being gifted with blessings and happiness and peace. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. I love that. That being reversed. It's like that's the gift. That's the healing that we're like, no. And it's so silly because we're going to say to ourselves, and we're probably saying to ourselves right now, why am I rejecting a gift of happiness and peace? It's like because we're in this manic race of existence in life where you have to be fierce and you have to be mean and you have to, it's a dog eat dog world. And it's like, my gosh, I don't want to play this game. This is not the right game for me. So that is going to be something here that we need to be aware of during this time. It's like not the right game for me. I need to embrace peace and happiness. And, we might need to embrace that peace and happiness where we can. Work can be chaotic, home can be chaotic, things can be chaotic, right? School starting, everything like that. We could be like, oh my gosh, it's all so chaotic. Wherever you can find peace, take it and take those moments of it and nurture it and let it grow. It moves us then to our subconscious energy, chakra energy. This is nurturing. This is, again, the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet is coming through very, very powerfully. It's nurturing ourselves. It's connecting with ourselves. It is nurturing ourselves like you would a small child. That is going to be what's super important here. And yet we don't see it. We're like, oh, buck it up. It's like, no, no. Embrace compassion with yourself. It's not overindulgence. It's not like, oh, okay, every emotional win gets to be placated to, but it is nurturing yourself and it is saying, I love you and I'm taking care of you. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. And it's interesting because this has come up in other readings with the world reverse, where our world can get a little bit too small, right? We can get a little bit too inwardly focused this week. And it's like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And we need to go out. We need to go out. We need to just go for a walk, go out, talk to people that aren't online, and have real world connections. That is going to be a really important thing, and you're going to find that you crave it. It's like so important and so sacred for you. With the world reverse also, we can be really focused on ourselves and like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, this needs to be like, just putting so much pressure on ourselves that we're not connecting with the rest of the world. So just being aware of that. It's not running away from ourselves that we need to do, but we need to have that healthy balance. our subconscious, I'm not surprised, our subconscious tarot message is the Tower reversed. We are coming out of a time that shook us. It shook us to our core. That's what Tower times do. Tower times can be blessings, Tower times can be not blessings. It can be like you see the silver lining in the trauma of it, but they can be traumatic, and they are usually traumatic. And we're coming out of a time where everything fell apart and where everything was super intense. And now we're starting to see ourselves heal. We're starting to see ourselves come together, rebuild. But we were pushed out of our comfort zone. And that was, again, it was traumatic. It was overwhelming for us. And I won't say it stole away some of our time here on this earthly plane, but it made us doubt our footing forward, which was supposed to happen, right? That was supposed to happen. We were supposed to see things in a different way. And the trauma and the intensity of it all was to be experienced. But now it is time to rebuild. And now it is time to heal and connect and to know that we are embracing a life that is more powerful than we ever could have imagined it could be. And that is absolutely amazing. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed week. Bye.